Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash, and double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation, all sincere Yem that, of course, are fighting and risking their freedom to bring out this Amath, which is the truth of the Bible. I'm Brother Amathba from Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp, located here in Great Babylon, coming with another lesson due to Ruach Kodash. Currently on the Day of Atonement, in the Hebrew, of course, is Yawam, meaning day, Kapar, meaning to atone and such. All right, so this was sent to me by a brother, in which it says here off of RT. I have an actual couple articles on it, actually. I believe another one. It says 2/3 of Russians believe secret groups conspiring to rewrite history and harm nation. It reads here, about 2/3 of Russians think there are certain groups seeking to rewrite the history of their country in a bid to undermine traditional values and promote tolerance to non-traditional sexual relationships. All right, so let's get some understanding. This is a lesson due to Ruach Kodash, just through the spirit, so we're just going to go as we go. This is the word traditional. We're going to look it up. So the word traditional, it means existing in or as part as tradition, long established. It says, let me see. I'm gonna go and get a bit of more understanding. We're gonna go to the etymology online. Just give me 1 second as I retrieve it. Let me see. We're gonna go to it. Traditional. Let's see, Slock. Yeah, traditional. You have it here, handed down as tradition. Got tradition and all. It says a statement, a belief, or practice handed down generation to generation. Especially belief or practice based on Mosaic law. So that's very important to understand, because what we're talking about is the laws of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. The laws that were, the statute commandments that were given onto Jacob, which consists of the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, Israel, Yashar Ale, he the prince of the power. And those laws in the Bible, they reject homosexuality, in which here the complaints is that 2/3 of these Russians, which are primarily Edomites. Now, of course, we have our people scattered amongst them. All right, it's saying that they believe that there are groups that are rewriting and conspiring to rewrite history and harm the nation, which it's just going into that whole New World Order, which that is the the plan for, of course, this whole entire system, this pit, which is headed by, of course, the beast, right, NATO and the EU. Which, might I add, Russia is going to be one of them nations that's going to destroy that horde that ride upon the beast, which is Great Babylon, America. All right, going into it, that lady that's riding on, that's America. All right, Babylon. All right, and they're going to burn her via, of course, the ICBM fire. Now, these traditional values, like it's going into it, as it says. Especially a belief or practice based on Mosaic law, okay, in which we, of course, being Hebrew Israelites, it was, of course, supposed to be passed down from father to son and such, which there are precepts on those, but I'm just gonna go to the spirit and just go and bring out certain things. So you have it here, non-traditional sexual relations, and that's going to be homosexuality, which that goes back, of course, to the law, which is what they would say the Mosaic Law, which we have here, which reads, let me see, I'm going to get the actual thing. I think it's like, let me see, Leviticus, let me see, mankind. Give me one moment as I retrieve it. I get a bit of sluggishness from this computer. Kind. Okay, so we have it here, Leviticus, and Leviticus 20 and 13. All right, so you have it in the law here. Okay, it says, give me one moment as it, of course, loads up. It says, if a man also lie with mankind, all right, so if a Ayash, all right, he lie, okay, that's going to be sexual. As it says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lies with a woman, how you lie with a woman? Of course, you procreate. You put, of course, your rod into her. Mama thun, I believe in the Hebrew, you want into your penis, or into her kwabah, all right, her vagina. Of course, there's different acts of pleasure which we supposed to do when we, of course, have relations with women, which are only lawful. We're not talking about sodomy. That's homosexual. That's something that, of course, is off. Simple as that. So it says, as he lied with woman, both of them have committed abomination, which is something that the Lord hates. They shall surely be put to death, and their blood shall be upon them. Okay, so you have it here. There's of course certain groups that seeking to rewrite the history of the country in a bid to undermine traditional values and promote tolerance to non-traditional sexual relations. So they want you to tolerate, all right, homosexuality, which I'm going to go into this word for tolerance, which the ability or willingness to tolerate something, in particular the existence of opinions or behavior that one does not necessarily believe with. And that's what all about this New World Order is all about. It's about completely rejecting all that is righteous and going for something that is unrighteous, which is being to be ruled by the so-called white man, his philosophies, which is part of his different philosophies. All right, the image of the beast is his homosexuality and such. All right, so that is something that is going on here in Russia. It says Russian state-run public opinion research center. They said VTSIOM reported on Monday that the recent poll had shown 66% of the country's population believe in the existence of a group of individuals who seem to see their goal as rewriting Russia's history and falsifying historical facts. And that's what the so-called white man has done throughout history. Painted over, of course, the icons with his whitewashing and such. Destroyed different icons, knocked the noses off, all right, which they're found in parts of Russia and different parts of Europe. So-called white men don't want you to know that the Lord is a so-called black man and such. Okay. This is what the so-called white man does. He doesn't tell the nations who they actually are. That they're different, that they're Edom, and you have, of course, the Lord's chosen people, which are the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans. He don't tell the other nations, they're, this biblical nationality and that and such. They just tell them they're Indian and they're this person is Arab and this and that. They don't go into the difference between the nations and such. But they do perpetuate their white supremacy. It says the ultimate objective of this alleged group is to harm the Russian nation and undermine its greatness, Russians believe. Which is just going to do nothing and bring much confusion to the nation and more wickedness, all right? Which, a nation that doesn't seek God, of course, is going to gonna fall. Simple as that. I can maybe look if I can I can find that particular precept. Nation seek not God. Let me see if I can find a precept. That's not the precept that I'm looking for. Yeah, it's not a precept, but Abaratazad. Nonetheless, now I'll find the actual precept. I believe it's in the book of Psalms. Let me see if I can retrieve it. I don't want to waste or really tarry too much seeking for it, because I want to try to just stay on point as much as possible. Let me see. I'm trying to look for it in my physical Bible at the time. Let me see what I got. Yeah, this is it's the book of Psalms 9 and 17. All right, so I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. Psalms 9 and 17. Let me see. I might have to just get it this way, because this computer just be's a devil at times. So or Shaitan, Satan. Psalms 9. Let's go to it. This is Psalms 9 and 17, and it reads, "The wicked shall be turned into hell," all right, being to the grave. They're going to be destroyed, all right, and all nations that forget the power. Okay, so if you go about and change the traditional values, which when we go into it, the belief or practice based on the Mosaic law. All right, you want to change things and bring it to being under the philosophy of yourself, which is the so-called white man, the devil. Make everybody accept homosexuality. That's wickedness. All right, and the Lord isn't down for that. That's why he's the so-called white man is going to be destroyed. Okay, him and his whole entire system. All right, so I'm gonna go into some more scripture, because that's the basics of this whole thing. So, because I'm gonna go down into, I'm gonna skip around. It says they took a poll, right? So it says some of 26% of respondents dismissed this theory as false. Some 26% added that even if some researchers advocated alternative views on Russian history, this is done on a pursuit of truth and not to attempt to deliberately misinform the public. In the same poll, majority of Russians, 63%, said that they believe that in the existence of a certain powerful organization that seeks to destroy their spiritual values through promoting non-traditional sex and same-sex marriage, which that of course is all wicked. Okay, you could go into the book of Romans, the first chapter, and they speak about working of things that change the unnatural use and such. That's in there. All right. It says the proportion was even higher among people between the ages 45 and 50 years of age, people without higher education. So you have, of course, these people, which they're probably going to be Israelites. All right. Our people scattered there, and they're gonna have a zeal. All right, but I mean, if they ain't of the elect, it's not gonna matter, because they're gonna get destroyed. They're gonna reject something part of the doctrine. They're gonna be a 2/3. But going on, it's just the point being that you have these older age, so-called Russians, and they reject this whole traditional non-traditional sex and same-sex marriage. That's the thing that's new. All right, in these days and age, that's perpetuated by the so-called white man. All right. I mean, in Russia, I think they be putting a lot of people to death. Homosexuals to death in the street, beating them and battering them. Which that's something that in the law is supposed to be done anyway. Okay, so they in this article it also has some more information. But I'm gonna go to some more precepts now. This is the book of Psalms 64:2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquities." And who's that secret counsel? You got the so-called Illuminati, okay? Which the so-called white man, he of course consider himself, they the elite of them, they consider themselves the enlightened ones, the light bearers. Now we're gonna go into that, which this is gonna be in Isaiah the 14th chapter. And I'm going to start here at the verse 12. It's Isaiah 14:12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning." Now, we know that, this whole, like, a lot of people got a belief of Shaitan, or Satan, the spiritual demon, rebelling against the Most High and such. And of course, the Most High kicking them out of heaven. That's not true. Of course, you have to get understanding, to know that the devil, the spiritual demon, Satan, he of course is he's actually a worker on the left hand side, all right, or angel, all right, which they're not but messengers. They work for the Most High. He's just on the left hand side, the highest one, all right. Now, just to go into, you could read the book of Job, the first chapter, and you'll understand that Satan is going to and fro upon the earth and such. But now you go into this word for Lucifer, all right, which is Slakia for the mispronunciation. You got a ya, Allah, and a law, Allah. So hayal, hayal, basically. Slakia for the mispronunciation a bit. So and that's in the Hebrew, all right, which that means light bearer. You have it here. Okay, so they of course claim they bear the light, which we know that's Yahweh Shai who bears the light. Okay, I am the truth and the light. You go into that them different precepts and such. But going on, it says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" So this is going to be a so-called white man. It says, and it's going to explain it when you go down to precepts. It says, "For thou hast said in thine mind," or heart, it's heart or lab. It says, "I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of the power. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell through the sides of the pit." The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is bringing the so-called white man down. He's going to destroy him. Of course, when you get into it, ICB fire. Anyway, it says, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man?" All right, who is the context? You got going into, they saying Lucifer. All right, it says, "This is the man that made the earth tremble and did shakes the nations." And of course, we know that in Job 9:24, when you go into that, Job 9, Yawab 9:24, it reads here that the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, which is the so-called white man. They are the wicked. They are also Satan. All right. "He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" All right. So, they are the devil and Satan. And, you have it here, like where you have these you say a lot of these so-called Russians and such, they believe that there's a secret group conspired to rewrite history and to harm the nations. And that is very true. All right. So, that's a basic lesson. I'm just going to leave it short like that. I could go on, but I'm going to go into another lesson. That I'm going to say, call Allah, Yimla, Yahal, Bashim, Shai, Bashim, Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom.